Hey there, everybody. Tennessee sure could use all y'all's help right about now.
Earlier this week, Middle Tennessee got hammered by some deadly tornadoes in Nashville and Cookeville, and we're going to post some links where you can give and help out and volunteer if you want. A couple to look out for. Hands on Nashville if you're in the area and want to volunteer. Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. You can donate there if you want to donate to Cookeville, because some small towns over in Putnam County got hit real hard too. You can donate over there. We'll put links over there, but you can go to the Putnam County, Putnamcountytn.gov official website, and there's a link there to donate where 100% of all your donations will go directly to the impacted victims. And we'll put these links up in the info for the podcast and on our Twitter and our Facebook as well.
So if you're able to help in any way, Tennessee sure could appreciate it. Thank you kindly.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, everybody, it's Jackie Bowles. Thank you kindly for listening to the Red State Update.
Jackie.
Huh?
Hey, everybody. It's Dunlap. What you got on your face?
A paper towel? You know what it is. And don't spit so much when you talk.
Listen, I've been getting droplets all over people for years, unbeknownst to them.
Oh, hell.
I mean, there's so many droplets that come off of me all the time.
Stay on that side of the room. Hell, I might as well take this off. Hang on.
My droplets carry.
I done
like
probably got it.
Tuesday.
If I've been around you all this long, I probably done got it anyhow.
I told you let me tape your whole head up with duct tape. That'll do it.
I ain't gonna tape my head up with duct tape. That don't do nothing. It'd be terrible taking off later. No,
It'd be funny. You look like Invisible Man work at Lowe's.
Well, they say just wash your hands. Just keep washing your hands over and over again, but you can't get no damn pure, what is it, the hand sanitizers. You can't find anywhere around here. We went to every Walmart in town, and that's at least 16.
That's like a week.
Yeah.
Looking for Purell, and you got 16 Walmarts in town. That's a week.
Yeah.
And you think you ain't got coronavirus by then? You go to 16 Walmarts? I don't know what you got.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to get a fucking physical.
Hey,
like, have them go in depth.
Watch your mouth.
Paying a thing.
All right.
And have them STDs, run a thing up in you.
No,
all of it.
I don't want to know about any of that. Well, obviously, it didn't do a whole lot of good getting all that stuff because it just showed up in Tennessee today. We got our first case of coronavirus, and I guess everybody's going to, just get used to hearing that because every state's eventually going to be it. So I guess, what are we, third, fifth, fourth? I don't know what row we're in. But where there's a badge of pride, nothing we can do about it. Best just try to take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. That's what I say, yeah.
Maybe you should stop washing your hands, because look, your hands are pruny, wrinkled, look like you shrivel up to nothing.
They ain't ready. I'm just old up in age. Your hands get that way. You don't have to be wet for a long time to get them that way, no.
That's how they naturally look?
What do you mean that's how they what is?
Oh, God. Maybe coronavirus might be doing you a favor.
Oh, hell, just wash your hands, and when you get to coughing, cover your mouth with something else, and you know all the rest. Most people just use common sense. You know, try not to get a cold, try not to get a flu.
Panic.
Well, I didn't say that.
You need to get down. Okay, you went to 16 Walmarts. How many Dollar Generals did you go to? They ain't got Purell, but they got Dollar Ale.
Dollar Ale.
It's just as good, but not really.
Well, get some if you need it.
It's cheaper, though.
It's cheaper.
Cheaper than Walmart. Can you believe it?
Well, as long as it saves your life, it don't matter how much it costs.
Well, they ain't making no promises.
Preferably, it'll be, cheaper is better, definitely. But, disease don't care how much money you got. It don't. It's something, a virus don't care
like
how rich.
Jesus.
What?
Jesus don't care how much money you got.
But they don't compare.
Well, I mean, it depends on what church you go to, I guess.
It's two different things, Jesus and a virus. No, don't.
Well, it just sounded like you were talking about. It sounded like you were preaching a little bit. Oh, the virus don't care how much money you got.
If you got a lot of money, go buy 4 or 5 cases of pure ale, and if you ain't got no money, go down and get as much dollar ale as you can get. Is what I was trying to say. It ain't got nothing to do with Jesus.
Good works ain't gonna get you into coronavirus.
Pray to Jesus to do that. That's one thing everybody can do. It ain't going to hurt nobody to pray a little bit and hope I don't get nothing. So, do what you can.
We need to go into the studio and record our hit song, Pray to Jesus and Wash Your Hands.
Well, that'd be a good song. I don't see anything
Buy
wrong with
some
that.
of that Jim Baker bucket rice. Put it under the floorboards. Pray to Jesus and wash your hands. What rhymes with boards? Lords.
Don't ask no question. It's the Lord's will. That's what some people say. Well, if you get coronavirus, that's God's will. If I get it, it can be God's will that you wash your hands 4 or 5 times a day, ain't it? If not more than that. Maybe that's God's will. Maybe He wants you to have clean hands. Don't sit there and just, people just mouth out. I don't care if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it. Just, you don't have to, like you said, put stuff under the floorboard, food and other. Don't panic. Just wash your damn hands. Everybody can do that a little bit.
I'm going to say that Jesus wants you to have clean hands, but He won't judge you if you come to heaven with dirty hands.
Well, if you got dirty hands and that's what takes you up to heaven, then I think everybody's clean in heaven anyway. By the time you get up there, that's your soul, that's your spirit. Ain't nothing, it should be clean anyway if you're going up there.
Here's my Jesus. A little boy went up to heaven and his hands was dirty. And Jesus said, "Why are your hands so dirty?" And the little boy said, "I've been working out in the yard all day, helping my elderly neighbor." And Jesus said, "You get on in here with them dirty hands." Somebody else come up to heaven, the hands was dirty. And Jesus said, what is going on with the hands? And he said, "Lord, I am unhoused, and I've been trying to find my way down on earth, and finally you took me up here." And he said, "Well, you get on in here with them dirty hands." And then some old boy comes in there with filthy hands, and Jesus says, "What? Is everybody's hands dirty? What's up with you?" He said, "Shit, I don't know. I'm just lazy, I guess. I don't like washing my hands. I wash my hands twice a year, Christmas and Easter. When I handle the eggs and when I handle my stocking." And Jesus said, "You go to hell."
What?
Get out of here. He said, like Donna Brazile. He said, "You go to hell."
All right. I don't think
Jesus just
said
like
that.
Donna Brazile.
What? He ain't like Donna Brazile, and he ain't like coronavirus. He ain't like either one of those.
I just made up a great parable, and you criticizing me.
Ain't no parable. He ain't going to send you to hell. If he forgives you all your sins, you really think he going to send you to hell for not washing your damn hands?
He don't want coronavirus.
Well, he don't get it. It ain't going to get Jesus. What are you talking about? He put his hands all over lepers. It didn't get no lepers on him. It's Jesus. Now, granted, they beat him up real, just...
They put a hole in them hands.
Put a hole in him, yes. But as far as disease, catching something, no.
It doesn't have anything to do with it. The hole doesn't help or hurt.
Well, it helps you go to heaven. He died for your sins, don't it? The hole helps something.
That reminds me, it's Easter, and longtime fans of this damn podcast know that we've yet to get any Twix eggs up in here. It's Easter time, and we ain't munching on no Twix eggs.
Well,
we need to go out and get some, but if I do, I'm liable to die.
Oh, Lord, I didn't think about that.
They say stockpile up some food, get you some Campbell's and some damn hamburger helper or whatever.
Ain't there anybody around here that delivers anything anymore? With the Amazon, they bring it to your door. What can you order there? You order like a big... You can order anything on Amazon.
You trust Amazon? Patient Zero, Amazon delivery guy.
Well, you can't get hand sanitizer on there. That's all gone. I tried to get on there and try to get some too. So she said, get on computer, and I try not to get on computer as often as I can. Don't want to get on it anyway. But no, they say, looked on there for me. No, they ain't got none either.
Why don't you just wash? You just said wash your hands. Why you gotta have Purell?
Well,
What good
have
that
a little
do?
bit of everything. You can't have a sink in you everywhere you go to wash your hands with, but you can squirt a little stuff on it and rub it around. But do both. Still, when you're near a sink, don't let it go to waste. Go over there and wash your hands. If there's a bar of soap in the sink, go do it.
If you're near a sink, don't let it go to waste. That's advice number 1. Wash your hands and pray to Jesus. Advice number 2.
Yep.
Go to work if you're sick. That's advice number 3.
No.
That's what the president sort of said.
No, don't listen to him.
He got mad and said, I didn't say that.
Don't listen to him. He said, don't pay any attention. What, he have a hunch? That's what it says. The World Health Organization gave one number, and he said, well, I got a hunch that's wrong, and it ain't nearly that much. This is the worst president you can have in any kind of crisis. Now, I ain't saying if he was a good president, there's anything he could do about this.
If he was, listen, if we
Just
had
don't listen to him.
if we had the best president ever in the world, ever existed. I don't know who you think it is. Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, even though he had slaves. Let's imagine George Washington, who never owned slaves, and he was president, and he was in charge of the coronavirus response. He'd be fucking it up, too.
Hey, watch your mouth.
But we wouldn't be waking up every day going, how did that dumb son of a bitch we elected president fuck up
Hey, watch your mouth.
this deadly pandemic today?
It's going to be worse because of him, whatever, I guarantee you that. Well, they can't get no test nowhere to test nobody. Supposed to test somebody to find out whether they got it or not. But I got a theory behind that. I don't mean to be conspiracy theory. It's the same thing as China. They ain't telling us how many people over there got it. They don't want us to know. China ain't the most honest place in the world. Who running it is. I ain't talking about the people there. I'm talking about who people, the Ping, whatever his name is. They ain't going to tell us out there, and I guarantee it, our president sure as hell don't want to know or tell nobody how many people got it here. So he's like, well, hold up on those tests, because we're liable to get results from those, and it'll tell us just how many people have it. And I'm going to tell you people right now, it's a lot.
If the stock market keeps going down 1,000 points every day and all the old people die, those are the worst scenarios for Trump. The smartest thing he's doing right now is making old people too mad at media coverage of the virus to be scared. Once their natural instinct to be more scared of everything kicks in, then he's going to lose some of them. But right now, keeping them mad instead of scared. It's a balance, and I will give him credit where credit's due. They're pretty good at working the ratios of mad and scared.
Yeah.
That's how he won. And if those get off kilter a little bit, that's how he's going to lose.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want a bunch of people to die.
No.
I don't want the stock market to crash 1,000 points every day.
No. Hell no.
I don't want him to fuck up every day, but I know
Watch
that's
your mouth.
going to happen.
Well, I tell you this much: if you watch Fox News, God love you, that's fine. But every now and then, if you want to know something about coronavirus, just switch it over. You can get mad looking at it, but you at least going to hear, don't listen to the president. He is not going to help you in this situation. This is not someone you need to turn to. Not that there is anybody to turn to, but it's definitely not him. He ain't going to tell you the truth. He don't know how to tell the truth. He don't understand anything about this. I mean, what is this pitiful? Why does he even bring the scientist out there? Is his ego so big that he's got to stand beside the scientist? Because if it is, he should go out there. Let the smart man come out and do his thing and you not be there. Because if you're there, you're going to say something and then he's going to have to turn around and say, no, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. Here's what you do. So it don't make any sense. He wants to be out there. Everybody see you. He's in charge. But then his own damn people are telling him he don't know what he's talking about.
Well, he knows what it's like in movies when there's a meteor or a pandemic. Scientists come out and they deliver the results. And then the president says, don't panic and may God have mercy on our soul. Or whatever. It's Morgan Freeman or somebody from the insurance commercial, somebody you could trust.
But none of the scientists in old movies turned around and said, oh, wait a minute, sir, well, they don't say that.
They can't say it too much because then he'll get mad and fire him or call him a whistleblower or something.
Yeah.
So they have to correct him gently and yet still save lives. A lot of balancing acts going on these days.
See, now, if it was a regular person, Democrat or Republican, I ain't getting into any party affiliation. If it was a regular person, the scientists' full attention would be on doing something about the coronavirus. That'd be it. It'd be focused on that, doing everything. But now this guy got to worry about making a damn idiot mad so he don't lose his job and can't do anything. So, I mean, it's just...
I don't know if science school has classes in not making idiots mad.
No.
Maybe they do. I don't know. I've never been to science school.
I ain't either.
Let's talk about George W. Bush for a little bit. People get mad at George W. Bush. People hate George W. Bush. He ran on ignorance. People like George W. Bush because he was ignorant and proud.
Yep.
But I tell you this, George W. Bush may have been dumb as fuck,
Watch him out.
but it's what we liked about him.
You say it better than that. Don't say dumb. Just, simple-minded but a big heart.
Simple-minded but a big heart. He would have come out just so simple-minded as shit, but his heart big inside of it.
Right place, yeah.
And he would have said, I'm going to let these scientists talk to you for a minute. I'm going to go sit down in his chair. If I can. And he'd fall off a chair. Like, shit.
Huh?
Somebody help me. And everybody laugh, and he'd laugh at himself. But he did not give a shit if you knew he was stupid. That's how he got elected.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't understand, I'm assuming, that people know he's stupid, and that's how he got elected. I think he thinks that people think he's smart. But nobody thinks that.
Nobody. People that like him know that he ain't that smart.
No, you can't get elected. I'm just assuming, going off for the last 20 damn years, you can't get elected as a Republican if people think you halfway smart.
Yeah.
People got to think you a dumb fucking idiot.
Well, not that, and don't use the language down.
Or real mean, like a Mitch McConnell.
Real mean and racist this time around, because usually, even if it was somebody who wasn't the brightest person in the world and didn't come off as bright, they were relatable. It was somebody you could, I could go have beer with him and on. That's the kind I want. Everybody felt that way about George Bush, even if you didn't like him. You'd still like to have beer with him one time or another. But how anybody can relate to this man outside of hating Mexicans.
Which you shouldn't do. We're
you
saying
should
that's
not.
bad.
That's a bad thing. If that's all you got in common with him, then you
is a lot for a lot of people.
It is.
I mean, who has something in common with Trump other than
Nobody.
racism?
Nobody.
That's all there is.
There ain't nothing else. I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's plenty of buttholes out there. Sure, there's plenty of buttholes. Don't necessarily have a bunch of money or crazy as he is. They say, I want a butthole president. That's what I want.
He's a freak.
He is.
Who is like Trump? Nobody's like Trump. He's a freak. He's like
God.
A rich guy who went bankrupt, and he grew up in this weird family, the father butthole, and he's just always kind of been on the fringes of huge stories, and he got on TV. He was like an ultimate he's just the ultimate symbol of excess and wealth and privilege. And he's the president. I guess that makes sense long term if you kind of macro view it.
Yeah.
But he went bankrupt. I don't know. None of it works, and yet somehow he gets people to vote for him.
I was going to say, thank God there ain't but one of him. But hell, I'd settle for 25 of them if nobody voted him into the office of presidency.
Like if every time you went to the store or something, you had to run into
If I had to run into a store, I'd bite my lip, try not to be rude, don't want to say nothing like, this so-and-so, I ain't going to, but at least he ain't the damn president of the United States.
So in closing,
loudmouth, know-it-all Yankee is what he is.
George W. Bush with the scientists standing up at the podium talking about how everybody was going to die, George W. Bush would never said, hold on a minute, Doc. I think you got some facts mixed up. He would not want to get in the middle of it.
No.
War criminal or not, he would not have interfered with the scientists because he couldn't have understood it. He wouldn't have wanted to.
He knew he didn't understand it. America knows that he don't understand it.
Remember when
stay out of it.
Economy was tanking? He gave press conferences where he just stared for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He didn't understand any of that shit.
Of course he didn't.
How have we not been destroyed like a million times over? We are the luckiest damn country in the world.
We'll wait and see what coronavirus does.
It's not knock wood.
Yeah. We sure hope it don't get bad. We don't want it to, but judging what he's saying and judging by what's going on around the rest of the world, I mean, it look like everybody going to get it at some point in time, the way it's going. I don't know. I hope that ain't the case. And if you do get it, I hope you get over it. I just don't want everybody to shut down, not be able to get water, not be able to get food. That's reading you don't panic. Wash your hands. Don't panic. Wash your hands.
Already more presidential than Trump, Jackie.
Well,
I guess loudmouth Yankee. You got a loudmouth Yankee for president.
A dog licking his butthole outside is more presidential than the president right now. I don't take that as a compliment at all, but...
Tell that dog to wash his hands.
Yeah, he needs to, yeah.
Yeah.
Wash your paws.
Loudmouth Yankee is president. I guess if you have a loudmouth Yankee you can't get rid of, fight loudmouth Yankee with loudmouth Yankee, because it looks like Joe Biden is on his way. As of now, the last time we did a podcast, I thought Bernie fucking Sanders was going to be.
I just assumed it was going to be nobody. Joe Biden didn't have one good debate as far as I know. He seemed like he was senile, every one of them. He had some better than others, I say that, but it wasn't like, hell, that Joe Biden, I tell you what. I never come away saying that. Did you ever say that?
I mean, I think there was a couple where it was like, he seemed,
Well, it was when people said he was good, look at the bar that they're using. You know what I mean? Compared to what he was doing earlier, whatnot. Either way, nobody assumed. I sure as hell didn't. Like, what the hell? Why is what? South Carolina? Sure. We all figured, well, South Carolina, sure.
That was his last shot.
Yeah.
But he really nailed it.
Looks like it.
And I mean, I guess he's... Papaw, you won! You won, Papaw! Yeah!
You're the winner.
That's what the debates were like. Yeah, like if he had a good debate, it was like, yeah, no, he totally recognized me. He didn't know who Karen was, or the kids, he didn't know who they was. He kept thinking Caden was his great uncle Jedediah.
Well, everybody thinks well, not everybody, but it does look like he got this sold up. And I know Bernie people ain't happy about that. Of course, most Bernie people ain't happy about nothing, with good reason in this case, because if you support Bernie Sanders, here's one opportunity for you to be mad. You can call it the establishment, you can call it whatever you want, but it is what it is. Now, if he gets a Michigan, that still hold him in it somehow. I mean, you're grasping at straws, but there's still officially a chance he can get some delegates still. I mean, they just, slim chance.
Well, it seems like everybody was watching this shit go down, and they were like, I can't vote for Bernie Sanders. No. And then everybody throughout the South Carolina, Biden won. And then people said, I guess that's better than nothing. Thanks, South Carolina. And then all throughout the South, Biden won. Not just in the South, everywhere he did better than expected.
Yeah.
I guess people were just like, I can't handle this. But now what if, since Biden's in first place now, the next few states are all a reaction to like, does he know we're here?
It could be. We don't know. I ain't going to call nothing. I'm just saying what people are saying out there. I ain't going to call nothing. I think what it seemed like after this is always it puts it in your head. Well, he's a winner now, so I want to vote for the winner. That's what people think. People that don't have no, nothing but wanting to get rid of Trump to go on. They're not big, Medicare for all, whatever it is. They don't know, they just want to get rid of Trump. A lot of people feel more safe to vote for Biden. Now, down here in South, a lot of people I know won't admit it out loud, but there's a lot of people down South where Bernie Sanders did get walloped for a bad in this, Super Tuesday. They say to me, and they say it quietly, they don't want nobody hearing it, they said, I can't stand Trump is a mess, and I making me crazy. I messed up. I shouldn't have voted for him. I'm sorry, Jackie. But I sure as hell ain't going to vote for no Bernie Sanders. I have to, if it's going to be a communist, which I don't necessarily think he's a communist, socialist, whatever, I'd have been happy to vote for him. And I still may end up voting for him if that's who it's going to be. But there's a lot of people down here that'll vote for... Joe Biden could get up to the podium, wet himself, and run around screaming, and they're still going to vote for Biden over the Trump.
We hope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what people tell me. They didn't say anything about using the bathroom on himself or anything like that. I'm just saying.
But they're the kind of people I couldn't. If I'm going to vote for a communist, Jackie, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden instead of Bernie. He's too communist. I'll vote for the least. They already think everybody's a communist.
They already do, yeah. But they know, like, well, we managed to get through the 8 years of Obama, and things didn't seem, that terribly bad. Sure, Ebola, but they seem to handle that pretty well. But, people just familiar with him. Joe Biden been around forever. Now, Hillary been around forever, but that was a detriment unto her. Joe Biden seems to be like kind of a Teflon because he's done he's done racist things. He's done policies that have hurt people. On and on and on. He's plagiarized. He's been around and all this stuff, but it don't seem to bother him as much. I don't know why. Wait till they open up all the investigations on, Burisma, and we'll see if any of that matters.
We got 6 months of Hunter Biden being drug up to, or at least brung up on Fox and Friends.
Hey, good old Mitt Romney. I never thought I'd like Mitt Romney, but I'm telling you what, lately, did you see what he said about all this Biden stuff? He said, enough of this. I just had enough of it. And good for him, because I have too. Never thought I'd relate to Mitt Romney with all his cars and everything. It's the one thing that unifies a lot of people is the damn president. Like, hey, just enough. Come on.
Remember,
just enough.
That hurt Mitt Romney. It's like, oh, he's rich. Remember, he's not rich and out of touch. It's one of the things that hurt Mitt Romney.
Hurt him bad, yeah.
And then we elect Trump.
Yeah.
Which his brand is rich and out of touch.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of people mad online. It is hard to, people live in bubbles. So when somebody starts doing well, especially somebody who does well with folks who may not be in online bubbles so much, like old people, like Joe Biden with old people. But I think a lot of Bernie people only see people talking about how much they support Bernie and love Bernie. And then when somebody else wins, it feels crazy, like some kind of conspiracy.
There's a lot of people out there that loved Elizabeth Warren that voted for her. She did best in almost every debate and all that stuff. And like none of this makes anything. I figure she'd at least take, a state or two. Nothing.
I'll bet no matter what candidate you like, you get into a bubble with them and then shocking results on election day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a trailer park in Paint Rock Valley, Alabama. People going, I don't know, nobody didn't vote for Roy Moore. Something fishy here. Everybody I know is going to vote for Roy Moore. Me, my wife, when she get old enough, my Facebook mall walkers group.
Well, I think the country was in a pretty damn big bubble as far as Joe Biden, because I don't know anybody that wasn't surprised about him taking Super Tuesday. I don't know anybody that didn't go, well, damn, hell, where'd that come from?
Everybody at my church, people and snakes. They tweet snakes at Elizabeth Warren. Roy Moore pick up them snakes and with the glory of the Lord in his hands. We don't need Medicare for all as long as I got the Holy Spirit and my little wife over there still suck that poison out good.
Yeah.
That's in Alabama.
Yeah, it's in Alabama, yeah. Tennessee getting closer and closer to Alabama as far as I'm concerned. Now, listen, we just have these horrible tornadoes. Did more, just terrible damage. Over 20 people died. Just awful. Just happened. And then on top of that, today, we find out we got the first case of coronavirus here in Tennessee. And guess what? The political minds of Tennessee decided what to do to answer both of those situations. What did they do, Dunlap?
They passed a resolution honoring Rush Limbaugh. I'd rather than be out in the field picking up pieces of a silo in a ditch in Putnam County. It seems like a better use of their time. They're literally standing in rubble, like banging a gavel that they had to pry out of the side of a barn, going like, we need to pass this resolution. Okay, everybody, hold on. Can I get your attention? I know there's a lot going on today, but we really got to pass this resolution honoring Rush Limbaugh. Who knows how long he's going to be with us? I mean, When they first started talking about it, it sounded like it was any day now, but I guess something about that Medal of Freedom of Honor. What's it called?
I don't know. It's called the Rush Limbaugh Award.
The Rush Limbaugh Award.
People will be turning it down. I don't want the Rush Limbaugh Award. Don't give me that. I don't want it. What is wrong with Tennessee? Ain't nobody here from Tennessee. I don't want to hear nobody making no jokes about Florida no more. Or Mississippi or Alabama. That's just don't open your mouth about it.
Trump's going to Tennessee this week. He's going to be here.
I'll be here,
touring the damage, I would imagine, seeing how he can make things worse. Maybe brought some paper towels to throw around.
Yeah. Cover your face with them if you get them, though. Hey, everybody, it's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's Dunlap. Thanks for listening to the Red State Update podcast still. Even after all of that.
You reckon people still listening?
No.
Yeah. Well, there's a few of you that are left.
If you are listening on the Thursday night or Friday morning that this comes out, and you have cable still, and you have Turner Classic Movies in your package, then Friday night, March 6th, the year of our Lord 2020, you're going to want to tune in to Turner Classic Movies because they are showing Burt Reynolds classics, Gator and White Lightning. White Lightning first.
White Lightning and then Gator. That's the first one, and then Gator is part 2.
And if you have not listened to them yet, we have another podcast called A Redneck Matinee where we watch and talk about and discuss and offer up factoids about your favorite redneck and southern country movies.
Those two in particular, yeah.
Those, I think, are our first two.
Yep.
White Lightning first and Gator number 2.
Yep.
So watch them. If you ain't watched them lately, watch them on Turner Classic Movies.
That's worth it right there. Just a fun night at home.
The end, it could be.
You ain't got, people are mad because they can't go see the new James Bond movie because of coronavirus, all this stuff. You can stay right at home. Ain't got to go nowhere. You can sit there, run back and forth to your couch, to your kitchen, washing your hands, and you can enjoy White Lightning and Gator. That's what I recommend.
The People's James Bond.
Yeah, the People's James Bond. That's right, yeah.
Now watch that Gator White Lightning. And then if you want to keep the party going, if you're scared to go out and get coughed on and droppleted on, and dial up our podcast, Redneck Matinee, and listen to episode 1 on White Lightning, episode 2 on Gator.
There's a few more on there, too, but we'll eventually...
More coming soon.
Eventually we'll get around to doing some more. We look forward to it.
We have a Patreon over at patreon.com.
Oh, yeah.
Red State Update. But I'd say if you in the mind to give us money, give that money to the people of Tennessee, tornado relief.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need it more than we do. So, but bless y'all for giving us money to listen to this. We also need to do some local sponsors here. I turn around, give my $25, turn around and give it right back to one of the many charities that you can see or places to help Tennessee. And
well, we should
links.
discuss that.
Is that links? Is that what it is?
They're going to put some links in the thing of the podcast and go to our Twitter and we'll retweet some of this stuff.
Go where? Yeah.
Helping Nashville, Cookeville, Putnam County, some of the places hard hit here in Middle Tennessee.
They need help bad.
Bad week.
That's right. And also, this is a local sponsor. Usually gives $25, like I said, turn around and give it to Nashville. East Nashville got hit, but yeah, it's terrible, just terrible. But also, my sponsor today is doing his part, trying to help out. He got a product. Sure, he's trying to make a little profit off of it. I said, what you need to do is give some of these things to just give them out and then sell the rest. He said, no, well, how am I going to make any money? I'm not in the business of giving things anywhere, even for charity. And he said, no. So I give my $25 for them. Anyhow. You remember Cool Bird? Everybody knows Cool Bird?
You mean from Coolbird's Bowl Hole?
Coolbird's Bowl Hole, which is now is not there anymore. He's still stuck with what he calls it, a black lights or something. I don't know.
Oh, he still got some in black lights?
He said they'll go cheap. He wanted me to mention that, but that's not what this is about. That's what he got left
Okay,
over.
Jackie, I hate to cut you off here, but if folks or people have not listened to the last couple of weeks, they may not know that Coolbird's Bowl Hole started my old friend Coolbird, who always wanted just a cool shop full of bongs and black lights and what all did he have there, Jackie?
I had it written down. I ain't got it now. I don't know what it is.
No, there's a whole funny list of it. You don't have
I
that?
know there's a list
Like
of
it was one of those things where every week we'd just like read a list of it.
I know
and we'd be like,
what it is.
Like people love lists on podcasts.
It was black lights, swords, shurikens.
Is this from memory or are you reading the list?
I'm reading it now. I found it here. Wad it up. Flip-flops, scented oils, pipes made out of bone, pewter, and ice, ninja socks, and fake goatees. But it's closed down. I don't know why'd you want me to read it, because it ain't there no more.
This was at Coolbird's Bowl Hole.
Yeah. Well,
now, I was never sure, because there were a couple things. Did he have pirate sashes?
I don't. I just read it. What was on the papers wadded up left from last week.
Did he? You said ninja shoes, though, right?
I did. I think that's on that. Yeah. Socks. No, not shoes. Ninja socks.
What about scimitars?
How you spell it?
Katanas?
No.
Tomahawks?
No.
Licking sticks?
No,
sleeves?
it don't matter. It's nothing. Black lights. He said he got 4 or 5 of them that go cheap. That's it. That's not
hats?
what did I just say?
Jackie,
he ain't got none of that.
So this sounds to me like, and I don't want to cut you off and jump to spoiler alert, the end of your story, but what I'm assuming here is that my old friend opened up his dream. He got his dream of going, good dream of going, and he opened up Coolbird's Bowl Hole, and Jackie said that's a stupid dream for an old man.
Yeah, for a man his age, you don't want to be doing that. And he realized that was the truth. That's not why I said it. I wasn't trying to talk sense into nobody. It was just me commenting off a cuff, just like, well, hell, if I was that age.
You just get into the age where you talk and you say things and you hurt people's feelings.
It didn't hurt his
feelings. You don't even know what you're
saying.
It
didn't hurt his feelings. Even if I hurt his feelings for just a few minutes, at least he, got his mind right and he closed out and he said, "You're right. I do look like an idiot with all this hippie mess."
You ruined his dream.
No, I didn't ruin his dream.
But it sounds like if he's back, that he reconsidered, or maybe you went over and said, "I'm sorry to do that," and then we're grand reopening.
Look,
Coolbird's Bowl Hole.
No, that's not it. Look, I'm glad.
Happy endings, good things come to those who wait, including dreams.
None of that. No, I'm glad you mentioned that, though, because he did, determine that he's at an age where he looked like a fool, like an idiot, with a bunch of pictures of Conan poster and stuff. Like, just, I'm too old for this stuff. He said, "You're right, Jackie," even though I wasn't saying it to convince anybody. You welcome to do whatever you want to, as dumb as it is, no matter what your age. You welcome to do it. Far be it from me, but I just give my opinion. I said, you look like an idiot. And he said, Jackie, you right. I do look like an idiot. He had a closing out sale. He's still like trying to get rid of some black lines, but he got to question himself, like he got to question his life, and what am I doing in my life? Am I doing anything? Am I doing it for me? Do I want to give something back? Do I want to be remembered or anything like that? We did these things that went through his head, and he decided he did want to be he wanted to do something positive to the world. He didn't want to sell silly hippie stuff that don't do good for nobody. He wanted to reach out and touch people in a positive way and affect the change in the world, on, that sort of stuff. And by God, it looks like he's done it, or he's trying to do it. That's my sponsor today, is Coolbird's Bird Wipes. Now, you might have remembered earlier when I mentioned you can't get no pure ale. I went to every Walmart all around town. I ain't been to Dollar General, but I'm pretty sure by now they're probably out of a dollar ale, wouldn't you say? At this point.
By now, yeah. You can probably get that on eBay for about $750.
Yeah, it ain't going to be, if you're going to get it all. But tell you
what.
If
you're going to pay $750 for a knockoff Purell, I mean, maybe you ought to. What's the other dollar store?
No, I don't.
The local one.
The local one.
Murfreesboro Cheaps.
Murfreesboro Cheaps, if they got something.
You get cheap ale.
Cheap?
Murfreesboro Cheaps. If y'all ever been to Murfreesboro Dollar Store ripoff, Murfreesboro Cheaps, it's cool. The E's look like little eggs. It's spelled Cheaps, Cheeps, and two
like
little eggs coming out.
It's a little character, little chicken.
And I always think, well, it's Easter time again. That gets me hungry for them Twix eggs, which we still ain't got.
Well, you and I ain't got. When you say that, you saying like you want somebody
I'm
to mail
looking
us.
around like I think somebody's going to bring some in here.
Well, people have been kind enough to send us members. We got all kinds of candy from a lot of. Al gave us some candy. Somebody.
Pass that's work, but I don't want nobody's filthy coronavirus hands.
Yeah, don't send us
my Twix eggs.
We don't want anything in the mail right now. Now's not the time. We appreciate the thought, but every time you say we ain't got no Twix eggs, sounds like you asking somebody to get them. No, don't. If we gonna get some, we'll get them ourselves. Bless all of you for sending us some candy.
We do appreciate it.
Of course, we eat it up.
Maybe if you wipe them down with this, what's he selling?
Cool Birds bird wipes. That's what I'm trying to say. You go to Dollar Ale cheap. I bet by now cheap ale's out too. But Cool Birds got these bird wipes. You wipe your hands.
The thing about cheap ale is, and I hate to cut you off and get Jackie, but
just let me do my damn.
They might have some because half the time you can't get in the store because the doors won't open and the staff's stuck in there. You just can't get in there to them. They could have shitloads of cheap ale.
Wow.
It's just, that's the thing. The more knockoff you get, the harder it is to access stuff because you can't get the entrances and exits to work.
Well, I know.
I've had to go down there and shimmy down the ladder through the ceiling. I said, it's the only way we get in here.
Is that your sponsor? Is Murfreesboro Cheaps? Is that
He ain't got the money for sponsor
all right.
us.
Well, Cool Birds bird wipes is my sponsor. That's what I'm trying to talk about right now. You take these Cool bird wipes. You wipe your hands off every so often. You at least want to do 4 or 5 times. You want to wipe down what?
And you birds?
You don't wipe a bird. What are you talking about? Birds don't like to be wiped with nothing. The bird want the feather dry. Bird don't want to be wiped and wet and nothing like that. No.
Duck.
A duck, yeah, but they still don't want to be wiped. They like to sit on the water.
You ever heard of a fucking goose?
Watch your mouth. Yes, I know birds. Some birds get in the water. I'm talking about.
Some birds love water. You take a duck away from water, for like 2 weeks, the duck be like, I'm sick to my stomach.
All right. Some birds like water, like wet, or whatever. Yes,
you remember Mama's husband, Yancey?
What?
You remember Mama's husband, Yancey?
Which one is that one?
Yancey Yahtzee. He was 3rd or 4th. She met him in that singing group when they both sung. He was the one that wore all the flashy clothes.
Oh, yeah, him.
And he had that bird, and he give him a bath every night.
What?
I put a little shower cap on him.
What?
Put in the tub, he did it.
Put a hat on the bird. Why the bird don't want his head wet if he gonna get the rest of it wet? That don't make any sense.
Yancey did it. He liked to put the hat on. The bird didn't give a shit.
Well, all right.
Bird just like a feeling of water on his feathers.
All right. Some birds like to get wet. Fine. Wipe down all the birds if you want to. I wouldn't waste time doing it because right now what you need to do is wipe your hands off. 4 or 5 times, 6, 7, 8 times, 12 times, 20 times a day. However much you got to do it to keep from getting sick.
With a bird wipe?
Bird wipes. Cool Birds bird wipes.
Oh! But he's got bird in it twice. His name Cool Bird, and then he made bird wipes.
Well, it's bird.
That's where I'm getting confused.
You got to have a flashy name. He already got a name, Cool Bird bird wipes. It's just Cool Birds wipes. It's just saying his name twice. It ain't referring to the wipe. A wipe is a wipe. You wipe down your countertop. You wipe your steering wheel off. Wherever. That's what it's for.
Well, I need some of them wipes. I mean, the bird wipes are great, but I don't even have a bird.
These ain't for birds. They're Cool Birds bird wipes. That's the name of it. What it is just wipes. It's just wipes. It's just you wipe your hands off. And other things to get the germs off of it.
Are you 100% sure? Because Cool Bird got his awesome nickname because he always used to say, birds are cool.
Huh.
Just out of nowhere. Sometimes you'd see a bird and he'd go,
what difference does it make how he got his nickname, or whatever?
Well, I just figured he liked birds so much he probably didn't want them to get coronavirus.
this ain't for them. If he's going to come up with a real bird wipe, then maybe he will. But this is just for your damn hands.
What is it like? A bunch of paper towels soaked in alcohol?
It's stronger than paper towel.
Like he got a old Skippy jar and cut a slot in the top and just stuffed a bunch of alcohol and paper towels down in there?
He did.
Like some rags in?
Rags. He had some rags, and I think he wanted to bought up half of Purell in town. But either way, you soak a rag in Purell, and that's
right, because his damn girlfriend works at Murfreesboro Cheaps.
Right.
She probably was smuggling him out.
All right.
Crates
it don't matter how he got it.
How out through the ceiling.
That's just what he told me. I don't need to be. Either way, you know it's something that's good to wipe your hands with. See, he should have called it that. Coolbird's Cool Wipes. It's cool.
Yeah,
always cool to keep you.
Oh, my hands are cool.
I see your point there. If he'd have said, yeah, it makes you, because it does. You rub your hands or some of that stuff to cool your hands off.
He's got two parts to his name, and he just picked the wrong one.
Picked the wrong one, I think. But either way, it's important that you get these bird wipes right now.
And this is his new dream?
Well, his disability didn't go through.
I told you that wasn't a sure thing.
Well, he's going to appeal it, though. He's going to appeal. So
good luck to him.
But until then, go get your cool bird wipes. Keep your hands clean. Wash your hands, too. Just don't use. But if you need something, get some Cool Birds bird wipe. Keep you clean. Wipe it down. All of it.
Tell you what, if Bernie Sanders was president, he wouldn't have to make these bird wipes.
Right.
Well, I hope that him and his Purell, cheap ale stealing girlfriend are happy in their new dreamless life.
Don't.
I've got a sponsor, Jackie, this week that I think that you're really going to like.
I don't know about that.
I got my eyeball on you.
What?
Remember, that's my catchphrase. I'm the new Murfreesboro country detective Dunlap.
What?
I was just out on the front porch mulling over the case of the Jackie murders.
What? Jackie? What do you?
Well, I don't know if that's the name
about?
of it. Maybe I'll call it the old man who killed.
Don't even talk about me and murder. You putting the two
Although
ideas
when
together.
I
Don't
sell
do that.
my hog books on Amazon, self-publishing, they do seem to like a title with a pig in it.
What?
Or a pig product, pork. The case of the porky murderer, I could call it.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Well, country detective Rod Speckle is still missing.
Oh, yeah. They never did find him.
I went
Did
over
you
there.
go to his house?
I went over to his house. I thought he
right.
might have been in the bathroom after you talked to him and killed his dream.
I didn't kill nobody's dream.
And then possibly him, himself, killed. I moved into his house.
What?
Found the spare keys to his car, which ain't much. It's an old beater. It's not like I stole a bunch of good stuff. Like the house is shit. The porch is nice because that's my office, the porch office. But the house is shitty. The pigs at night who live in the forest, all these pigs that he stole and let loose back there, they squeal and run. They get up on the porch and they run and their hooves clippity-clopping all night long.
Well, you ain't complaining about a house you broke into. That ain't, what is wrong with you?
I didn't break into it.
You just
if
said
he had
you
gone
went into
on vacation, he would have said, hey, can you break in and water the plants for me, which are all dead because he did not pay attention to the details of his private life.
He may be on vacation. You don't know the first thing about it. Just because he ain't home don't mean he missing or whatever.
He was in the middle of so many important cases, Jackie.
I tell you, the cases, they were the hogs he talked about out back. Just round them up and take them to various pig farms around here. I'm sure somebody will claim them.
A lot of his cases were involving pigs that he stole or held the gate open for, and they left on their own accord. And then he'd bundle them up into his truck, hogs, piglets, sows, and let them loose in the forest,
That's
and then he'd find them.
You don't find something, you steal. They were already found wherever they were, where he got them first. They were found at all the pig farms they were on. He had no reason to go over and even get out of the car to go talk to a pig. Just leave them alone.
When we did most of our mulling on the porch and whistling and whittling and thinking, considering the details of the cases that we was working on, sometimes sweat stains spreading underneath his arm. Sometimes he'd country detective would say, taking a pull from some moonshine, which has considerable mulling assisting properties.
What?
He'd say, I've grown fond of some of them hogs. And then I'd say, I got my eyeball on
All
you.
right.
'Cause that's my catchphrase.
What is your sponsor? What is it? I don't... Somebody missing?
Well, it was the case of the sultry Missy.
All right.
It's a new, I'm going to give you a little teaser to my latest
I don't want it.
country detective self-published Amazon.
Did you give $25 to anybody, or did you just put something
I took
on
some out of
Amazon?
the drawer I found in his.
No.
He had a drawer. He said it was the envelope said stamp money. I guess he put money in there to go buy stamps. He was always mailing something. Bunch of letters. He had bunch of kids he abandoned, so I would just assume they were to
Why
them.
do
But
you even get into that? Maybe he's off visiting them. Maybe his heart changed and he went to go see them, and that's where he's at. Ain't missing.
he burned them bridges long ago.
All right. What? I don't want to.
He said, I asked him, why don't you go see some of your kids? They wouldn't let me in. He would rock, and you'd ask him a question. He'd rock in that rocking chair on that old he's country detective, rocking on that porch with an old fan and a mint julep.
He ain't
sometimes.
a detective. He's a hog thief.
Hog napper, I'd call it.
Yes, hog napper.
And he'd sometimes 5-10 minutes go by, and you'd think, well, he just stopped paying attention to me. And then he'd answer after much mulling and consideration. I was sitting mulling, considering on the front porch, my back to the street because I get distracted by cars.
All right. What are you?
When I heard a sexy walk coming up a driveway, I turned around and there was a sexy woman.
Okay.
A femme fatale.
I
You
don't
ever
need-
seen some of them old-timey detective movies? I said, you come in here looking for a country detective, ma'am? Because I want to be... Sometimes they'd flirt and they'd get all like, they'd have that dialogue.
Okay.
But I don't think that's appropriate.
It ain't, and I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about nothing.
So she just said, well, yes. And it's really not cool. I'm calling her sexy, I guess. I mean, she was attractive, but I mean, that's not where her worth lies.
All right. I don't know why you're bringing it up at all. What is your sponsor?
Let's just say, and a person showed up in a dress that was fine. I shouldn't even mention. And she said, I've lost a hog. And there were sparks, but neither one of us acted on them because, I mean, it just seems not the time or place. And I said, you know what? Let me check the forest.
And she dodged a bullet.
Well, times are different. So I went back there and I said, I don't have your hog, but if you give me your number and it turns up, maybe I'll call you about a hog.
Wow.
And she did, and it turned out it was in the woods out there, and I called her and I gave it back to her because I liked her, and I didn't try to extort her or nothing.
Extort her?
You know, like...
Is that the job? Did she hire you? You supposed to get paid if you did a job? I mean, you're right. A relationship is wrong between a client and some detective and a client. That should never, if you watch all them old movies, it never turn out good. Somebody wind up dead or sad or leave it on a plane or whatever.
Trying to bilk a husband.
Don't. Yeah, that's inappropriate. But no, if she said, I can't find my hog, and she went to hire you to do it, and you found a hog, gave it to her, then whatever y'all agreement made about getting paid, I mean, you just did a service. If you hadn't have stolen it beforehand and let it loose, if that,
The thing is, now that those hogs are out there living a life of freedom, they get to squawking and squealing every night, sort of a beacon call to all the hogs in captivity. And so more and more people in town are finding that their hogs are breaking out and coming to the Freedom Woods behind the country detective porch office. And so hogs are safe right now. Don't even have to do a lot of hog napping to write my Amazon self-published books. It just turns out hogs are out there all the time.
What?
So I guess I did this lady, I could have put that stamp money back.
What is your sponsor?
Oh, if anybody sees a country detective Rod Speckle, let me know, because, I mean, somebody's got to pay the electric bill.
Oh, it's never, never, ever too late to give up on your dreams. Pack 'em up and get a new set of far-fetched schemes. Oh, it's never, never, ever too late to find out it's too late. And what you work so hard for just turns you into someone that you hate. Dreams, you wrap yourself inside a bundle of dreams. Dreams, they look for lives to latch onto. They get inside you, they hypnotize you, they walk you down that golden road. There's no knowing just where they're going. They just lead you on. Oh, it's never, never, ever too late to make your big mistake. Take a chance on some romance that could only end in heartache. It's never gone on too long to find out you can't go on. You might need to change your scene and get back to where you truly belong. So long to all that meaningless noise going on. So miss that when you're gone. What gets inside you or stands beside you? What angel sits upon your shoulder? What does it tell you? What does it try to sell you? Do you believe it all? And if your lofty dream should fall, you know it's never, never, ever too late to give up on your dreams.